Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, Just Simply Sports here with me. I am Kaja. If you're new, please do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe button. If you are not new, you've been here. I appreciate your continued support. Now, I know that I have not done as many basketball videos as of late, but please do not think that I have not been paying attention to what's been going on. I have not still been betting on my FanDuel, and I have not been keeping my ear to the ground, to see what's happening in the basketball world. There's just a lot going on in the NFL right now. Obviously, it's going to sign the Super Bowl. Bills Mafia, yes, let's go. Now, back to the 76ers. You guys, they were having an awful season. Awful season. I thought my rookie, Jared McCain, I'm so sad for him. I was like, he's rookie of the year. Like, it was, to me, it was not even up for discussion. And then he gets hurt, he's out, and definitely he's not coming back the rest of the season. So it's unfortunate. But the bigger part is that we're still talking about Joel Embiid like we don't know who or what he is. At this point, we need to just accept it and just deal with it as it is. Like, this is not new. Like, what's going on?
Oh, see, he even got me there. Like the no look to the
Oh,
corner to the this ain't fair.
Fourth straight triple-double, 27 points, 13 rebounds,
Straight face.
10 assists, and that's just light work. So on the 76ers side of all of this, they're just in a completely different spot than they
really quickly, can I just shout out Russell Westbrook because no matter where he goes to me, he's always a class act. You ask him to come off the bench, he'll do just that. You ask him to start, he'll do just that. Like whatever you ask him to do, whether or not he likes it or wants to do it, you can't tell. He completely buys into it. He's a team guy. He's committed. He shows up. He gives you all his effort. He's down for the team. If you mess with one of the new, he could be on a team for like the past 2 days. If he's in the game and you mess with one of the players on his new team, he's jumping in like they've been rocking together for the past 2 decades. You know what I mean? Since they go back to AAU days. I love his commitment. I just love what he brings, his energy. He's always a spark. He has been, I love that he just like fit right in. You know what I mean? He was coming off the bench. Now he's in the starting lineup. He had, to me, has just been a wonderful compliment to the Joker and what they have going on. I really hope that this works out for him. And I really hope that at the end of this, he can get himself a ring. I think he is more than deserving. I would love to see him be able to get a ring before he retires. Now back to the 76ers, you guys. It's a sad day in Philly. A sad season is in Philly.
were a year ago. Joel Embiid hung 70 points on Victor
Except for the Eagles. The Saquon.
Wembanyama today, January 22nd last year. The Sixers, they were third in the East in that time. Now fast forward, they're 11th in the East, and Embiid has played in just 13 games all season long. And about a week ago, y'all remember this, we were sitting here and we were talking about how this is a pivotal point for the
A lot of this is going to be put on Joel and obviously his health, and rightfully so, I get it. But management knew what it was. You know what I mean? In order for him to be managing his games and not playing the back-to-back games, all these different things that came out, he had to have gotten approval from someone higher up, be it a coach, ownership, GM. This had to have been a discussion that was that had taken place over the summer preseason that said, okay, we want to try to do our best to maximize, the star rising of Tyrese Maxey. We got Paul George incoming. We got a little big three going. We know that obviously Joel struggles with health, so the plan is we're going to try to limit his time as much as possible. We'll have him play, but not as much, not as often, all these different things that kind of left him out there to dry. Like he just said, you know what, I'm not playing in back-to-back games, and just decided to do it on his own. No, he's under contract. They absolutely had to have given him permission. You know what I mean? So this is not just all on Joel Embiid. To me, this is within the whole organization. The fact that they keep betting on this man who cannot stay healthy. I don't know if it's his fault or not. Maybe he's just too big, too tall, because he's always struggled with injuries since before he even came into the league. Like he struggled coming in. He hasn't had one completely full healthy season since he's been in the league. So I don't know if it's him, like what his choices, or if it's just the fact that he just can't stay healthy, because he just simply can't stay healthy, you guys, no matter how hard he's trying.
76ers in their season. They haven't won a game since we have that conversation. And it's pretty rare that in January we start asking questions about should they consider just punting and trying again, thank you for playing next season. What conversations are the 76ers having about that right now? Is that even realistic, Shams?
Malika, ultimately, the team and Joel Embiid will have to have some conversations about health because that has been the key word. I said that word yesterday. That has played such a big factor with the 76ers season and just the unknowingness of whether he's going to play on any given night. And from my understanding, even today, from what I hear, Joel Embiid remains rehabbing, continuing to try to do everything he can to get back on the floor. But there have been frustrations, from my understanding, throughout the year of not having him there. That's what goes into having an MVP caliber player not be able to play practices one day, but not able to sometimes play. And he knows his body better than anyone else. And so I think there is that level of respect where a player may not feel ready based on how he is feeling because he knows himself better than anyone else does. But the way this 76ers season is going, and they do have a protected pick this year.
Yeah, top
so
six
there is
protected.
some level of incentive there that we have to speak to as well.
Get that Eagles punter that you were talking about, punting. Go punt.
You know what, you guys? You signed him to a 3-year, $192.9 million extension this summer. Guaranteed almost $300 million through 2028, 2029. You guys, like, you knew who and what he was before giving him this extension. Like, you've seen what happens year in and year out. So at this point, I couldn't even blame Joel. I'm blaming ownership, GM, and you know what it is. Like, you know what it is. You brought Paul George, and respectfully, I like Paul George, but he too struggles with his health. He struggled with it with the Clippers and Kawhi. It's part of the reason why they didn't really, James Harden and Kawhi couldn't really get their flow together and get to contend really for a championship because they struggled with health on that side. So that big three didn't really get a chance to really work out the way everybody wanted or would have liked for it to. If you're gonna keep doing this at this point, my point is if you wanna keep him, I understand because when he's healthy, he is to me. To me, when he's healthy, he is just as dominant, if not a little bit more, just because of his size, than the Joker. And it's no disrespect, you guys. Do not go crazy in my comments, okay? Because I'm not trying to cite the joke at all. I just feel like there's just a slight edge, very marginal, nothing crazy or big. I feel like he's a little bit more dominant than the Joker, just a tad bit. But I feel like the Joker has a higher IQ, and just the way he does things, the way he sees things on the floor. That's just my personal opinion, you guys. Do not go crazy again in my comments, all right? Coming from me and calling me names, um, but I feel like I said this a few months ago. At this point, you're going to keep him. Obviously, you want him. You don't want to give up on him. Okay, fine. What you need to do, in my humble opinion as a fan, is go ahead and adjust your adjustments. Meaning, stop expecting him to be the leader to bring you into the light, so to speak, into the, step into the light, Carolyn. Like, stop expecting Joel to be the savior who's going to carry you to a NBA Finals championship. He cannot stay healthy enough long enough to do it. God bless his heart. I know he's trying. I do believe that he wants to be on the court. I don't think he's doing it with malicious intent and just not caring. You know what I mean? He just can't stay healthy. So it is what it is. At this point, it's time to go ahead and pretty much make the star of this franchise Tyrese Maxey. He has been consistent. He has been balling out. He was balling out last season. You know what I mean? It's really a shame that he's been playing so hard and doing so well and just gets overshadowed because they just have the losses, the losses, the losses, the losses, the losses. You know what I mean? Like, he's young. For the most part, he's usually healthy. It's very rare that he's out missing time. He's there, he's young, he's consistent, he's likable, seems like a nice guy, very talented. Restructure the game plan, so to speak, and make Tyrese the star of your franchise and put the other players around to support him and his rising star because he's been the most consistent piece that you have aside from Jared before he got, hurt and everything else. Those two together were great to me. I think Jared was doing just great, in terms of what he was offering and how he was helping his team out. Kelly Oubre as well, sometimes he's a little bit inconsistent to me, but obviously he's still an asset. I want to get rid of him. So for me, it's time to move away from expecting Joel to get us to a finals. Obviously, we want to get there. We would love to get there with him, but he can't stay healthy. So let's just adjust expectations. It is what it is. We know who he is. We know what he is. We know that he can't stay healthy. We know how talented he is when he is healthy. But again, it's when healthy. And more times than not, he is not healthy. So figure it out, move more into the younger guys, start putting, the younger guys more at the forefront with Tyrese Maxey at the helm. You have Jared McCain come back next season, but this season, I feel like at this point, I don't think they're going to do enough or to even have enough because they're in such a big hole. They're really going to have to come out. If Joel is healthy, right? Let's just say that he comes back completely healthy and he can play the rest of the season. He's going to have to pretty much be there almost every game. They're going to have to win majority of their games because they've lost so many. And we're going to go into the All-Star break in a few, and teams have gotten further ahead. They're 27 games in the hole. You know what I mean? And I'm sure somebody else will lose games. You know what I mean? But it's just a lot of work that has to be done on a consistent night in night out basis so that they can get to the playoffs, even get to the play in, you know what I mean? And then contend with the West that is stacked. I mean, come on, like it's not I don't think it's gonna happen this season. I feel like at this point you might just want to go ahead and just shut him down, like they said. Shut him down for the rest of the season. Go ahead and focus on the young core. Let them spend some time on that court. Yabusele, I love. Spend some time with that young core. Really get them to learn, how to play with each other. See who works, who doesn't. What pieces you can bring in to help support it. What pieces you can use to move on to something else, and so on and so forth. But I think at this point, the season is just it is what it is. Let Joel sit the rest of the season because he can't stay healthy. Maybe if he has like a season off to rehab, to work on nutrition, conditioning, all these different things, and really focus on his health, his speed. He looks like he's just slow and out of breath more times than not. But maybe it's because he's hurt, his knees bothering him. He's battling. A lot of times, you hit. I'm glad he's wearing a face mask because if you elbow him like that, something's going on with his face. He's breaking a bone, fracturing a bone. Like, God bless his heart. You know what I mean? But he's trying. Shut him down. Shut him down. Let him focus on being healthy and having a great, season next season, with him in there. But at this point, I think in my heart of hearts, and again, my humble opinion is as a fan, it is time to move away from expecting Joel to be the MVP caliber level of talent and player that we know that he can be when healthy, but he's not that. It's time to adjust expectations and really move into pushing those younger players into the forefront. And if Joel is healthy and he can be there, then by all means, I'm not saying put him on the bench. I'm not saying he shouldn't be in the starting lineup. I'm just saying that he shouldn't no longer be the focal point, and you can't expect him to do something that he's obviously not capable of doing due to his health. But what do you guys think though about this whole situation? Do you think that they should shut Joel down, or are you like, nah, I'm paying him 192 million dollars. I don't care if he's healthy once every 3 weeks. Let him play. I'm just curious, you guys, to read your comments. I look forward to reading them. See y'all next video.